Hey, what up, everybody? Stephen Breach coming to you. Good morning. I'm on my morning commute to work today. Glad you guys could make the trip. I woke up to some pretty, I don't want to say it's confusing or troublesome news, but just, head scratching, sort of just, whatever. First story I come across basically is, TNA is still promoting Hulk Hogan for the TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view in their radio and print ads for the show. Honestly, I think that I could sort of, surpass that as just sort of, throwaway news. Seeing how TNA probably made the promotional ads for this months and months ago, and probably just were under the understanding that, more than likely, it was going to come down to Hulk Hogan was going to re-sign with the company, and that they weren't really scared that Hogan was going to try the free agent market. Maybe Dixie and her people on Team Dixie went to Hogan and said, is there a chance you're going to chase the waters? And Hogan, used his word and said, no, brother, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm TNA for life. And then when it came down to it, probably Hogan didn't see that the money was on the table that he thought he was deserved. So I honestly think that's the reason why you're seeing the pay-per-view print ads in newspapers and such, and then you're hearing the radio ads promoting Hulk Hogan's going to be there. But then it comes down to it this morning, listening to the Observer podcast with Meltzer and Alvarez, and they were talking about what's going on with Hulk Hogan, and it seems that Hogan did go to TNA and basically found out what he's worth at WWE, and that's not much. The stories that were out there last year that the creative was throwing around, if Hogan was going to be the guy that was going to put, Randy Savage into the Hall of Fame, or maybe even the Ultimate Warrior, making this one hell of a Hall of Fame class. Have Hogan sitting out in the crowd as the other people got inducted for the first time in a really, really long time, and then maybe even have him wrestle some mid-card match on WrestleMania against some mid-card guy, hoping to get them over. I don't really think that there's anybody on the WWE mid-card that would be worth facing Hulk Hogan in a very memorable match. It's not like you're really going to put him out there against a guy like Heath Slater, and it's really going to keep to help Heath Slater in three-man band in the long run. I don't know. I think it'd be one hell of a moment, but I don't think it's really helping anybody except for Hulk Hogan. But I think that honestly, WrestleMania 30 with Hogan would mean a whole lot. But I guess WWE really, really lowballed Hulk, basically saying that he wasn't involved. I don't see how you can't make money off Hulk Hogan being at WrestleMania, but then again, you already have so many other big names at WrestleMania that a older Hulk Hogan working a match that honestly nobody's really going to care about is going to matter. I mean, you already got The Rock, you already got Brock, Undertaker, Triple H, so many stars of a yesterday that wasn't as long ago as the 80s was. Hulk Hogan will always have a name and a value in professional wrestling, but these days, when he can't really, get in the ring and have a really great match against a really great, valuable opponent, it's not really going to mean a whole lot. Personally, I would love to see one John Cena versus Hulk Hogan match, but honestly, I don't think that match has the value for WrestleMania. With the stars that they have today. I mean, if they didn't have Undertaker and Triple H and all that, and you needed one sort of marquee, legendary match to go down, I think it could happen. But honestly, if there is a Hogan versus John Cena match ever, it's going to be on a pay-per-view with the caliber of like I don't want to give it the Payback or Battleground, but it's not going to happen at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam. It's going to be to help out one of the, sort of supporting cast ones to try to give, one sort of, bump in the pay-per-view buys along the way. But I guess what all I'm really getting down to is that, Meltzer and Alvarez talked about Hogan's going back to TNA. Their money isn't the money that was there on his last contract, but it's still more than he's going to make in TNA. Hogan's in a spot where, it's much like Ric Flair. He needs that money rolling in to keep himself above water. Linda and the 16-year-old boyfriend ran off with a good stack of his cash, and to keep up his lifestyle, he's not going to be able to live off of WWE video game checks. It sort of surprises me after watching last week's Impact. I didn't read anything into the spoilers that they mentioned him either. But, Dixie Carter, came out there and she started the show giving one hell of a heel promo where she mentioned everybody in the business by name except for Hulk Hogan. She even went out of her way to mention Stephanie McMahon, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, Jeff Jarrett, and never once mentioned, Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, the Hulkster. Nothing like that. It seemed like they were pushing him to the background. And then when I saw that Kurt Angle came out on a Rush debut to put a match on the pay-per-view, I thought that was sort of slapping a Band-Aid over the people that were going to Bound for Glory and were going to order the show thinking they were going to see Hulk Hogan and not being able to see him. I thought that TNA had already packed up Team Hogan and put it into storage for future DVDs. But I guess that if that's a story, they're bringing him back. In my mind, honestly, if Hogan does come back at Bound for Glory, it's going to make that AJ versus Bully Ray match one hell of a clusterfuck. More than likely, you're going to have, Dixie Carter. I don't know. Honestly, I could see Magnus leaving the Main Event Mafia and joining up with Dixie and being Dixie's guy. Having some Magnus versus AJ matches along the way. So then, I could see like a guy like Magnus running in during this. Of course, Aces and Eights, I think they're going to have the final turn on Bully Ray with Knox and Bischoff turning on him at the pay-per-view. Hogan running in. Basically, I think that main event match is going to be nothing but run-ins. Just basically the whole time. Making it a pretty big clusterfuck. It's not like I was really expecting a whole, bunch of really good classic matches from AJ versus Bully Ray. But, when WrestleMania comes down in that main event, the main event is normally, maybe not always a 5-star wrestling classic to close out the show. But on very few occasions, you see run-ins and screw jobs and shit like that. WrestleMania is supposed to be the show of all shows, the end-all, end-all. And this is Bound for Glory. And it shows really why it's always going to be a second-class promotion. In my mind, honestly, Hulk Hogan should have left TNA. I don't think he's going to be able to save this company. It is a paycheck, but at the end of the day, I think it's hurting his legacy more than it's helping his legacy. And the Hulkster just needs to pack up and move on. Vince wasn't going to pay him that much, even though I think he has a real worth to, the WWE. They have that 50th anniversary DVD coming out, and not being able to have a Hulk Hogan interview on there is kind of fucked up. I mean, they're having a whole chapter on the guy. He's as big as anything. I'm sure they have a whole bunch of stuff in the vault. But not being able to get Hogan's true today's feelings on what was going on back there. Of course, when you get older, you get more nostalgic. I know that you forget a little bit. But it means a whole lot more to you. I mean, you're able to say a whole lot of shit in the moment, but when you look back on it, everything always means a whole lot more. That's why the older interviews to me always mean more than looking back. Vince would be able to put him in a lot of DVDs coming out over the future. I know we already have a Hulk documentary on Hulk Rules, but they missed out on having him on the NWO. A lot of the WCW stuff that's came out over the last few years. Hogan would mean a lot to the WWE in a whole lot of things. I've given up all hope on the network coming out. I think that's a done deal, but it's never coming. Bury it. You barely ever hear it mentioned anymore because people think it's so much of a joke that we've been waiting on this announcement for 2 years now and nothing's come of it. I think it was wasn't it WrestleMania 27 was the day that they were supposed to start this thing up, and we're almost to WrestleMania 30. So, I don't know, but Hogan back to TNA, I'm not really surprised, like I said, but I think he means more of a WWE, and I'm really surprised that he is going back. I can tell you one thing, that if he is going to be in San Diego for Bound for Glory, I'm not giving up hope. I honestly put my my Hogan 8x10 that I bought, I put it into my bag, and even if I have to sit down in that lobby and sleep in it, I'm meeting the Hulkster that weekend. It's going to happen. Peace out, everybody. Have fun. Hey,